Hello everyone, welcome to this NOVUS Automation product launch webinar. We are now starting this live broadcast to present NOVUS Automation laser level sensor, which has already sold more than 3,000 units. The full case study is available on the NOVUS blog if you want to read it, but I will also tell you the story in a few minutes. First, I want to confirm that this broadcast is working properly. Feel free to let us know if you have any questions in the comment section. Felipe, who is our product specialist responsible for this event, is here with me and will answer questions at the end of the presentation. Unfortunately, our studio only allows for one person at a time to sit here for the moment, so we'll switch places in a few minutes. Let me know if you can hear me all right. I think maybe we'll just wait a couple of minutes for everyone to join. In the meantime, let me introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Roberta from the marketing team, and I'll be leading this brief presentation to introduce you the new NOVUS Automation non-intrusive level sensor. I'll show you why it's so different from what's already on the market. We are going to start the presentation now. Please enjoy this broadcast. Subscribe to the NOVUS Automation YouTube channel to stay up to date on new releases. NOVUS will also let you know if we have any news on our LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram. The links to our social networks are below in the description box, where you can also find the link to our website. You can subscribe to our monthly newsletter to receive our news on your inbox once a month. Well, TL400-I is another NOVUS Automation innovative device. It's an intelligent solution dedicated to level monitoring for liquids and bulk solids, and it's also low cost with high efficiency. This new level sensor can monitor the level, distance, or volume of static or moving fluids, even in tanks with irregular geometry. That's a lot, but that is just the beginning of this presentation. In addition to serving a wide range of applications, this device has an important difference that I'll get to talk into details in a few minutes. But for the moment, I can say the word Bluetooth. Many of you already know, but I need to talk a little bit about the process of creating a device like the TL400-I. NOVUS Automation is a company with a history of innovation and investment in research and development. We have our own development team, and we even have a department exclusively dedicated to researching new technologies. In addition, NOVUS Automation is a company with over 40 years of existence, present in more than 60 countries around the globe. The brand is a reference of quality, so the proof of our quality is that all products manufactured here in our NOVUS Automation facilities in Brazil have a 3-year warranty. This is the level of confidence we have in what carries the NOVUS brand. And we are now delivering quality and versatility for some demands that have not yet been met in the market when it comes to level measurement. Let's quickly contextualize this scenario. Level measurement is an important process in industrial automation because it allows operators to monitor and control the level of fluids, solids, and other materials in tanks, reservoirs, and other containers. There are several level measurement methods, each with its own advantages and disadvantages. And the choice of the applied technology depends on the material to be measured and the characteristics of the container where the material is stored. The most common methods are indirect measurement and direct measurement. Indirect measurement measures a property of the material that is related to the level. the measurement of pressure to obtain level is the most used with this method. With transducers, the pressure of the material at the bottom of the tank or reservoir is measured. Direct measurement methods measure the level of the material directly without any intermediaries, and the most classic example is the level gauge. There are still other measurement technologies, such as capacitive sensors. These sensors measure the change in capacitance between two plates, one of which is submerged in the material. We have ultrasonic sensors, which send an ultrasonic pulse into the material and measures the time it takes for the pulse to return. There are also radar sensors, which use electromagnetic waves to measure the distance to the material. Each one of these technologies has also its advantages and disadvantages in its application. So the designer or the project manager needs to choose a sensor, a level sensor, according to the type of material to be measured, the container where the material is stored, and the budget available to execute the project. For example, capacitive sensors have the lowest acquisition cost, but installation requires more work since they are invasive, and the sensor rod needs to be cut to fit the height of the tank. Ultrasonic sensors require a higher financial investment compared to capacitive sensors, and they do not meet the material under normal conditions. However, under any movement, they saturate when in contact with the liquid and generate measurement errors or even interrupt the monitoring process. Radar sensors solve the previous problems, but at a much higher acquisition cost than a capacitive or ultrasonic sensor. So the new NOVUS Automation sensor, TL400-I, has some of the characteristics mentioned here and solve these points of fragility mentioned earlier. But there is something very interesting in common. Both radar, ultrasonic, or laser, which is the technology that TL400-I uses, are based on time of flight principle. The time of flight is the measurement of the time that an object, particle, or wave takes to travel a distance through a medium. This time information is used to measure the speed or distance to a barrier. The main difference between ultrasonic, radar, and laser sensors is the wavelength at which each one operates. This wavelength determines whether or not it is possible to measure certain materials. The shorter the wavelength or the higher the frequency, the more likely it is that the sensor can pass through obstacles such as foam. So TL400-I, the latest development in the NOVUS sensor area, uses the time of flight principle through a class 1 laser beam, which is completely harmless to the human vision. Its output not only retransmits level, but can also be configured to measure distance and volume. It is non-intrusive, so the sensor does not project itself into the tank and does not come in contact with the product being measured. During the development of this product, numerous tests were carried out with different materials and usage conditions, allowing us to acquire know-how to embed a statistical algorithm into this device. Therefore, TL400-I can perform readings even in agitated liquids, such as in vehicles, for example. Because this device does not have any moving parts, it is more reliable than float-type sensors, as the latter are prone to mechanical failures. This is already a major difference in the sensor, but in addition, it has an almost unprecedented feature. There is no need for cables for configuration. TL400-I level sensor has Bluetooth low energy communication for configuration. This means that it can be configured using Signal software from Novus, which has a desktop version and a mobile version. Yes, it means that it is possible to configure TL400 with a smartphone or tablet. For tanks with irregular geometry, this sensor allows customization of up to 20 points, so it's possible to linearize the level of any type of tank. All these attributes make TL400-I an excellent value for money because it has advantages such as not saturating when in contact with liquids when compared to an ultrasonic sensor, and still having a lower acquisition cost than this. Moving forward, let's take a look at some of the more technical aspects of the equipment. TL400-I was designed for industrial use, therefore it is robust and resistant for this type of application. It measures distance of up to 4 meters with an accuracy of more or less 3 millimeters, which is an excellent accuracy. In order to facilitate installation, it has a 150 millimeters cable and a M12 4-pin male A-coded signal connector, a standard widely used in I/O remotes and other industrial devices. Since it was designed for industrial use, its output retransmits the reliable 4 to 20 milliamp standard. The mounting standard allows it to be installed in both automotive and industrial tanks, and developed for outdoor applications in harsh environment. It has protection rating of IP68, which guarantees protection against water, dust, including submersion in liquids, and resistance in pressurized environments up to 8 bar. Starting up this device is practical because no cables are required. The Bluetooth low energy interface allows communication at distance of up to 10 meters, even with walls on the way. Therefore, simply install the app on a smartphone or tablet to configure the device. This may seem like a detail to some people, but this type of connectivity allows adjustments or configuration in hard-to-reach places, eliminating the need for ladders or working platforms at height. Commissioning is facilitated because for simple applications, only a few interactions are required in the app. Just enter the tank height and choose the unit to be retransmitted, level, distance, or volume. Finally, two very useful functions are output forcing for commissioning and real-time monitoring and diagnostics. With output forcing, it is possible to check on the device reading the analog signal if everything is okay with an indicator or control device, or even with TL400-I itself. The measurement diagnostic allows the verification of measurements in real time, permitting the fine-tuning of the device. We are coming to the end of this presentation, but I mentioned in the beginning of the webinar that TL400 has already sold more than 300 units. And you might be asking yourselves, why are we only doing this launching event or launching the product now? Well, all of those units sold were purchased by a single company, a machinery manufacturer of machines for agricultural managing. And this company partnered with NOVUS Automation to test the device to validate whether our engineering team needed to make any fine-tuning to the finished product. For a few years now, NOVUS Automation has partnered with different early adopters, we call them, who are companies that work with us to fine-tune any product before it's officially launched. And this company has already bought more than 3,000 units it looks like it was a success, right? My presentation on this webinar is over. Felipe, who is the product specialist responsible for coordinating all development, user testing, and this launch, will now answer your questions and show you a little bit of this device working. Thank you.
I will answer your questions. Okay, I will unblock my smartphone. So you can download the Signal app from Google Play and App Store. So it will work with Android and iOS. You don't need cables. This cable is just for the power source and the 420 milliamps communication. So I don't need a USB or other type of interface to configure the transmitter. So I will open for a moment, I will power on the transmitter. And I will open my Signal mobile app. So as you can see, I have here this button configuration. So I can select Bluetooth, and here is my level transmitter. I just click on this button and I have basic information here to identify my transmitter, and I have this basic configuration. So I can change the tag, the identification tag, the level and distance unit. So I can select meters, centimeters, millimeters, inches, and feet. So I will put millimeters, okay. And I can select the output maximum value. It's the range, so you can use until 4 meters with 3 millimeters accuracy. So I just need to click on send, and okay, the configuration was successful. I have more configurations that we can do. One moment. So here on the advanced, you can change the filter. So with the filter, I can use to measure level from fluids in movement as mobile applications, vehicles, and other type of that. So I will show it's working. So as you can see, I have the transmitter here. So as I change the height, you can see the measurement. You can force the output, so you can commissioning the transmitter with a controller or an indicator, so you can force in distance, level, volume, and the 420 analog output. So it's very, very, very simple. As you can see, the update velocity of the output so good. Okay, That's okay. Do we have questions?
Yes, we have some questions. The first one is, what is the nanometer wavelength of the laser?
Oh, yes, it has a 940 nanometers.
And will this device work in direct sunlight?
Directly, no, but you can use with a protection, so it's possible.
I think I can complement that. I think I can add to that the sensor must be protected, but it can work in open environments, right?
Opening, yes, but the sensor links cannot be applied directly for the
Yes.
sunlight.
Yes, it has to be some cover.
Yes.
Okay. Another question is, which smartphones will Signal work with?
Android and Apple. So you can use even smartphones. You can use the Signal in PC, Windows PC, and Apple macOS.
Okay. Another question is, when measuring clear liquids like water, will it measure to the bottom of the tank or the surface, as most lasers go through clear liquids?
It works with water, but the sensor will get the surface, the water surface.
Okay. Next question. If the tank height is 12 meters, how the sensor detect the level, as they have a maximum 4 meters reach?
The sensor is according INEE 43, so if the range is greater than 4 meters, the sensor will send a error value.
Next question is, does the measuring principle also work in dusty environments? Is a version of explosive atmosphere planned?
Yes, we tested it with cement applications, and it works well, pretty well, and the transmitter don't have ATEX approval.
For the moment, but will it have in the future? Is there a plan for it?
We are evaluating it.
Okay. Can it measure cement or more dusty?
Yes.
Okay. Is there an LED to show that the unit is powered on?
Can you repeat, please?
Is there an LED to show that the unit is powered on, like a light or any indication that
No.
it is on?
Don't have.
Okay. What other than agriculture applications do we have successfully tested?
We tested with vehicles.
Vehicles?
Yes, agriculture vehicles to measure the fuse level of diesel and gasoline. So,
what other applications? Oil, right?
yes, oil.
For a machine. I
Yes.
remember that.
Yes,
Um,
and implements.
Oil tanks. That's the ones I remember so far.
Yes.
But we have other applications that we have successfully tested. There's a question about pressure and temperature rating.
Oh yes, it works until up to 80 Celsius degrees, and works up to 8 bar.
8 bar. There's someone asking about the application of the 300 units that were already sold.
Okay.
What kind of application? I guess they want to know more details. What can we say about it? I don't know if we can share everything about it for the moment.
For the moment, what I can talk about, yes, we use it to measure level of diesel, and it's on the vehicles.
It's on the gas tank of,
yeah, the gas tank
of agricultural machines.
Yes.
Yeah. So it measures movement.
Yes, even in movement.
Yeah.
Because we tested so many hours of testings in a circuit of testing with a harsh environment and a hard, so heavy, so complicated, because we simulated all the situations, and we embedded in this transmitter many algorithms and calculations, so we can measure even in vibration situations.
Okay, Claudio from our team is in the comments and he reminded us that we tested this product on a fertilizer tank.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know about this one. We have a question from Tom. What about water, wastewater, like municipal applications? I think he's asking about water tanks in
water distribution.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, we tested as well here in Brazil, and it works as good. It works well. So yes, we tested for water distribution. Sure.
Do you have the measuring range more than 4 meters?
For this moment, no. Just for 4 meters. Applications with more than 4 meters, NOVUS has the hydrostatic level transmitters.
Also a new one to our portfolio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Someone's asking if there is stock available. If we have a stock for selling. Yes.
Yes.
The answer is a big yes. We have stock available. Can this device measure liquid in LPG tank?
What is LPG?
Yeah, let's find out.
Can you
I can help you. It's big gas tanks, like cooking gas, the ones we use.
Oh, I don't believe, because it's a pressure vessel, so I understand this type of tanks has more than 8 bar, and you need a tax approval, so no.
Okay, so Tom is helping us, saying that LPG is liquid propane.
Oh yes, I believe it.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
a question I received here on my private chat is, can it read, can it measure if there are solids or foam in the water?
Yes, because we have the advanced configuration, so I call it God mode. So you can change all the parameters in this transmitter, so you can find a way to configure it and get a good measurement.
Okay. That's the questions we had so far. If anyone...
We tested it in sewage here in Brazil.
Sewage?
So, yes. So it was very good.
Okay. The questions in our chat were all answered, but we still have a few minutes. If anyone wants to ask anything else, we will wait for a couple of minutes. For the moment, thank you everyone for being here with us. Oh, we have a new question. If the viscosity of oil affect the accuracy?
No. No, because this transmitter has a type of machine learning, so it understands and learn how the liquid performing, so it's not a problem. More questions? Oh, we have.
No, we don't have any new questions. I guess that's it for today.
Okay, thanks for participating and get in touch on our social media as LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Thank you very much. Bye.